The topic of this video is composing functions. Let's look at a problem. Given f of x equals 5x squared minus 4, g of x equals 7 minus 1/2 x squared, and h of x equals 3x, find all of the following. Alright, let's start with just this first one, g composed with g of 0. The first step is to rewrite using the definition. So this is going to be g of 0. And because we have a number here, we're going to work from the inside out. So the first thing we need to figure out is, what is g of 0? Well, this builds on a skill we've learned earlier in this semester, how to evaluate a function for an input value. Let's do this in our side workspace. We know that g of x is equal to 7 minus 1/2 x squared. So when we're asked to find g of 0, what we're really doing is replacing all of the x's with the new input, 0. So we get g of 0 is equal to 7 minus 1/2 0 squared. Now simplify. Following order of operations, exponents come first. 0 squared is 0. Then multiplication. 1/2 times 0 is 0. Then subtraction. 7 minus 0 is 7. So g of 0 equals the number 7. So I can put that here in my problem. Replace the g of 0 with 7. All of the other elements remain exactly the same. Now I have to find g of 7, which is really the same skill that I just applied a moment ago, just with a new input. So g of x is equal to 7 minus 1/2 x squared. Therefore, g of 7 would be 7 minus 1/2 7 squared. Following order of operations, 7 squared is 49, and 49 times 1/2 is the fraction 49 over 2. I still have the 7 minus in front of it. Getting a common denominator so that I can combine these together, 7 is the same as 7 over 1. And if I multiply top and bottom by 2, here and here, then what I'm going to get is 14 over 2 minus 49 over 2. When you subtract the fractions, keep the common denominator, but subtract the numerators. So 14 minus 49 is negative 35 over 2. So the answer to this part of this multi-part problem is negative 35 over 2.